I'm getting the sense around the community that people are a little bit bored of FM24 and they're very much looking forward to FM25. So what would you say if I gave you the opportunity today to win a copy of FM25 when it comes out, and I will foot the bill? Well, I say win. You're kind of gonna have to earn it by beating my personal super team. If you haven't seen, I released a database where every single player in the world of football is a completely free agent. I have used that database to go and build myself a super team that did this. Now, this is how we got on. I simmed a season just because I was very intrigued to see how we got on. We are Real Madrid and we won absolutely everything. Even more impressive, we won every single game in La Liga and we only drew 2 games all season against Celta Vigo away in the Copa del Rey semi-final and against Napoli in the Champions League semi-finals. But my team is pretty darn good. If we go onto the team and the tactic screen, and this is also a tactic that I've made myself, there's nothing from GYR here, this is my own tactic. It's my 4-3-3 with 2 DMs. I've not released it, but it's a pretty solid one. But you can see my team here: Alisson, Reece James, Virgil van Dijk, Ruben Diaz, Alphonso Davies, Kimmich, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Salah, Mbappe and Haaland. I've got a stacked bench as well, and I want you guys to just go and have some fun in the game again. Go and sign your super team. What you're going to have to do, download the save file. There will be a link to it in the description and in my Discord. Now, Discord's probably the best way to go about this. It will be in there. You download the save file and you become a manager of a new team. Now, I would suggest that you use one of the highest reputation teams in the world, just like I have done. Obviously, I'm thinking your Manchester Uniteds, your Real Madrids, your PSGs, your Barcelonas, that kind of thing. But you do have to bear in mind that your transfer budget, etc., and your wage budget is all based upon your reputation. So have that in your mind when you go to select your team. That's why I went with Real Madrid. And the second thing you need to consider with this database is that if you are a team like I am, Real Madrid, and a player has technically been released from your team, you won't be able to sign them again. So as I was Real Madrid, I was unable to sign Jude Bellingham. He would not enter contract talks with me, so we weren't able to get him. I would have loved to have had him in this team because I think as that advanced playmaker, he would have been brilliant. So unfortunately, I just had to settle for Kevin De Bruyne. So yeah, make sure you consider that. If you're Man City, you won't be able to have Haaland. If you're PSG, you won't be able to have Mbappe. So these are things you're going to have to consider when you're building this team. Once you've done it, once you've built your team, once you're happy with it, play it. Play with the team if you want. You get some fantastic results, as you can see here. Erling Haaland got 84 goals in 52 appearances for this team. It's quite good. But what you're going to then need to do is export this team for versus mode. If you go into my Discord, there is a full video on it, but I will do it right here for you now. You need to go onto your squad screen and go into your overview. Then you can export the team for versus competition, which is where winning this eligibility comes in. You're going to need to beat my super team to get into the draw to win a copy of FM25. So what you're going to do, you're going to go here and then you're going to save it. Obviously, I've saved mine here. Hood Gaming Super Team. Yes, this is my super team. It's ready, locked and loaded. It will export your tactic and all that good stuff with it, so you don't have to worry about it. Once you've done that, you need to close this game, go back to the start, and then you're going to have to open up versus mode. If you didn't know, versus mode is where you can come head to head with anybody's team in the game. You can export teams and you can play against my team, Zealand's team, Lelujo's team, anybody's if you have the eligible data, which I have provided for you right now. So it is an FMFC exclusive. You do have to sign up to FMFC. That is the supporters club, basically, of Sports Interactive, the people who make Football Manager. It's not some interesting one out there on the internet. It is a legit one, and they do lots of giveaways each year. You could even get yourself a FM shirt like that one, and it is completely free to sign up. Once you have signed up, you should be able to go onto your start menu, as you can see, as FMFC exclusive. I have already signed up, obviously, as you would expect, but I need you to select a knockout cup. That will be the best one. It doesn't really matter what you call it, but make sure these are the settings. 2-legged ties, we want to play each other twice. Drawn match, tiebreakers, extra time and penalties will decide this if we are level. 2 yellows for a suspension, enable VAR, and 5 substitutions to be used in 3 stoppages. These are just the default ones, and you create the competition as such. Now, you can use any team in the game right here, right now. You can use real life squads if you wanted to, or this is where you import your team. Now, to prove a point, I'm not going to highlight my own team just this second. I'm going to take this Arsenal team. Let's take this Arsenal team from 26-27 from the Invincible Challenge that I did with them. Then let's hypothetically say this is your team, right? Then you hit confirm and you select yourself as manager. Now the game will set up. I will warn you, this mode is a little bit buggy. When I went to record this video the first time, it actually crashed the game. It didn't work properly. So I'm hoping this time around it does work as it's supposed to. And once it has clicked over, finding all the manager targets, I will show you how to set up and import my team for you guys to play against. Okay, so this seems to work on the second time, and I've loaded in my Arsenal team from 26-27 from the Invincible video that I did do. Now you need to add in my team. You need to add a hot seat manager, which you will go on here, and this is where you get the opportunity to import my team. Links to all this will be in my Discord or in the description down below. Make sure you go and get all of the assets to do this properly, and then you hit OK. Here is my team. You confirm it. You can add whoever as a manager. It doesn't make a difference. Then we go on to confirm, and we confirm these two teams for the competition. Then you will go into the competition, and hopefully in the competitions preview, we can see that we need to draw all the teams. Doesn't really matter. Interestingly enough, this Arsenal team that I built is actually better odds than the Real Madrid one that I've built, which is very, very interesting. You're going to need to save the game right here, and then you are in charge of both of these teams. Now, if we go into the tactics menu of the Real Madrid setup, you can see this team right here. Ignore all the faces in the face pack. They just don't work on versus mode. This is the team I want to see. I don't want to see any substitutions, nothing at all. Do not touch this manager. You should be able to move forward straight forward. Then you go into your team and you go into the tactics and you set things up. It should have imported this properly, but it hasn't. Let's try one that G is working on right now. Actually, let's try this Spider-Man tactic. It might be coming out this week. Who knows? And we will just quick pick without restriction just for the sake of this video. Then we will continue. Then you see the two teams right here and you progress. You go into the team selection. You do your own set pieces. Ignore the fact that I'm just clicking through them. That's not what you should do, ladies and gentlemen. You should have your own routines. But just for the purposes of this video, we are going to continue. And then you go into the team selection for my team. Now, as I mentioned, I just want to see this starting 11. I don't want to see anybody else in it. I don't want you to, you know, maybe try and win it this way by switching Alisson in goal or Alisson up front or anything like that. This is the starting 11 I want to see. It's the team that I built. It's my super team. And then you just submit my team as well. I really wish it would take set pieces with it, but it doesn't seem to. So I'm going to give it my set piece routines, the HG routines. There we go, the Hood Gaming routines. I'm going to have to leave a link to them in the description as well, because I really thought it would export them when you did it for versus mode, but it appears like it doesn't. So you're going to go into the team, you're going to go into this, and you're going to try and take my team on over 2 legs. And if you win, ladies and gentlemen, I just want a screenshot of everything at the end of the game. Now, once we get in, I just want to see a screenshot of the final result. If you beat me, fair play. Post it in my Discord. Happy days. You win. You go into the draw to win yourself a chance of winning a copy of FM25 when the pre-order does come out. So all I want to see is like a screenshot like this. You beat me, you're in the draw. Post the image into Discord. My Discord has all of the rules in the Win FM25 channel. Please come in, join the community. We've got an active community that love to talk about Football Manager. And as I said, if you beat me, you get an opportunity to win a copy of FM25. Who knows? It could be you. Let's see if you can beat my super team, or if your super team is just better than mine. I'd be very intrigued to see some of these squads that you can build with this awesome database. Everything in the description down below.